So welcome everyone, and thank you so much for joining us to another workshop from our program. My name is Marnela, I'm a visual artist, and today we're going to do a calligraphy workshop. Really exciting. Yes, brilliant. Thank you so much, everyone. I want to mention thank you so much for everyone who sent us their artwork. So nice. I'm really happy you guys are enjoying all the program. I know there are different levels. Some are easy, some might be difficult, but at least it's nice to explore different techniques to have an idea. So thank you so much. On Sunday, we're going to organize a live interview. So I'm going to show all the artworks that you guys sent me. So I'll be able to show to everyone what have we done during this program. Brilliant. So let me tell you what materials do we need for today's workshop. Okay, so this is just only if you have calligraphy pens. If you don't have, no worries about this. The calligraphy pens, they have a very thick nib. Yeah, so they're like pen, a normal pen, but with a very thick nib. Don't worry if you don't have this. You'll need a set of brushes, flat brushes and round brushes. We're going to use only the small ones. You will need a set of, if you have inks, any type of ink. I have here, for example, fountain pen ink. I have Indian ink. I have calligraphy ink. So if you have any of this, it's not a must. Pencil, rubber, and water to clean your brushes. Yeah, so sorry everyone. I think I have some problems today with the internet. So I was logged out and I logged in. I hope the same. Everyone can hear me, or can you see me, guys? If you can just send me a text. All right. So yeah, I'll just carry on. I'm really sorry for all the interruptions. Brilliant. So this is a very old book that I have about the calligraphy styles. This is how to practice the cursive writing. So, it takes several sessions to learn how to do the cursive writing. I just want to show you different fonts of calligraphy writing. This is the fonts for capital letters. So if you're writing different, wedding invitations or any fancy type of writing, so you start with this kind of letters. There is medieval type of writing. So it's the specific for each letter. Yeah, I have some funny type of writings with funny faces. Yeah, this is really fun for children to explore. I have, this is an extremely difficult, so each letter is really designed with intricate details, and a Japanese handwriting. Now, so this type of the art of beautiful writing, calligraphy, actually started from the time of medieval time, when people used to do the manuscripts. Manuscripts are, you know, before the printing machines been invented, they were writing by hand and they were decorating the letters. So the capital letter from the first letter from the text, they used to decorate it and then carry on with the rest of the writing. So it was a massive work for each book to be written. But it is really nice to take it as inspiration. Brilliant. This was the theory. So for today, we're gonna make a picture about with a calligraphy text about home is where Wi-Fi connects automatically. So we're gonna design this background, and then we're gonna do the writing. There will be two types of writing. It will be cursive writing and the normal capital letters writing. So let's grab the pencils and the rubbers first. Yeah, and from our design, I'll just put it here. Okay, so you guys want to see. So from our design, we're gonna draw nicely a house. I'm just gonna start a little bit faster so we have time, so I can have time to show you guys some of the calligraphy techniques. So just from the top of your page, if you can start the nicely designed roof of the house. So it's like introduction, a little bit illustration as well. Yeah. So I'm not looking to a perfect drawing, you know, it has to be a little bit wavy lines, you know, not an architectural drawing. Okay. The main walls for the house. And sorry, I forgot to mention my paper is A3 and I'm keeping the paper vertical, so portrait. You can use an A4, so it's not a must. I'm using a thick paper, a watercolor paper, because I'm going to work in inks, and this will absorb, the paper will absorb a lot of water, so it needs to be quite thick. Yeah. Just a few decorations around the house. We have a nice tree. I'm doing this because all these designs will be nicely done with ink. If you don't have ink, you can use watercolors. The only thing is that it will have to be mixed with a lot of water. And a flower pot on the other side of the house. Yeah. So the picture we're going to make, it will be nice, you know, to be framed, to look nice on the walls. You can write the date and the year to make us remember about the lockdown. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna design the clouds, yeah, with just wavy lines around. Yeah. the chimney. Yeah. Windows that we see from the roof. Yeah. So just a quick design of what a home means. Yeah. For the tiles, just a few horizontal lines. So I don't want to get into many details, just yeah. So now let's work towards the calligraphy. Now, in our project, we have 5 lines of writing. So to mark these lines, first of all, we're going to use some horizontal lines. Yeah. So we should have 1, 2, 3, 4 horizontal line. Try to get the same distance between them. 1, 2, 3, 4. Because the 5th line of writing, it will be from the bottom here. Yeah. You can use ruler to make these lines quite straight, because we need, you know, a straight line for the writing. Yeah. The first, so in order to get confidence in your calligraphy, first of all, you need to sketch with the pencil, and then we go over with the ink. The thing with the ink is that is not so forgetful, you know, as watercolor or acrylics. In ink, if you got it wrong, that's it. You need to start it all over. So this is why it's good to sketch first in pencil, and then we'll work in ink with calligraphy pen or with the brush. So the first line of writing is just home. It is, you know, capital letter font, and they're quite big. So try to make them in the middle, yeah, of the line. So for example, I'll just place here the middle line. So we're gonna in the middle have O and M, and then we're gonna do H and E. So I'll just mark the middle, yeah, of my first line. And on one side, I'm going to make the O. On the other side, I'm going to make the M, by leaving a distance between the letters. Yeah. And following the same distance, I'm going to make now the H and E. Yeah. Gonna rub out the lines, extra lines. I would recommend you guys to use very gently the lines. Don't press too much. I'm gonna press a little bit more because I have a feeling in the camera doesn't show properly. As a pencil, you can use HB or 2B. Yeah. And once again, I'm really I think that the writing is showing the reverse. I don't think I can change this setting. Yeah, I'm just going to show you. So I have the middle line and I'm going up to the bottom of the drawing. Yeah. So I'm going to do the same with mine, very lightly. Try to make that middle line very, very lightly. And on the second line, close to the middle line, is W from where. So we're going to have is where. And we're going to start with W to place it in the middle. This is going to be a cursive writing. So what will be the secrets of the cursive writing is that the letters have to be slightly inclined and they have a lot of swirly lines. Yeah. So W, for example, so normal W, slightly inclined. And then at the end, just use a nice swirly line and move towards the H. Yeah. Go towards the H. Yeah. And then go down. And then, yeah, carry on as a normal letter. Just to pay attention to make it a little bit inclined. Yeah. Then E. Yeah. Just a normal E. The R, the same, very nice swirly line. Yeah. Yeah, a little bit inclined. And the normal E. Yeah, so just slightly inclined. Yeah. Nice round lines. Yeah, try to get. And then I'm gonna make the write the is. So I'm gonna leave a little bit space. I'm gonna mark the space. Yeah. So I'm gonna start from I, little bit inclined. Yeah. Try to have the same height, yeah, as the rest of the letters. Yeah. I'm going from the I, I'm gonna join with the S, swirly line, yeah, on top of S, going down, again swirly line, yeah. It was like a type of two swirly line for the S. Okay. The third line is going to be Wi-Fi. So the same normal capital letters, we have a design. If you see the middle line, we have this, the line that separates Wi-Fi, yeah, in the middle of Wi-Fi. So I'm gonna start with that. Yeah. So the same style as home, yeah, big capital letters. So calligraphy takes a lot of patience. I would say that it's really useful to have a nice handwriting. It makes you, I would say, more disciplined. It brings, I don't know, more discipline. And handwriting as well, it describes a lot your character. So more you're trying to perfect every single aspect of life, more it shows, you know, your quality, you know, as a person. So I think it's a skill that is nice to have it. It helps you, you never know when you need it. I know you just everywhere with the phones, we text quickly, but you never know when you might impress someone with a nice handwriting. So it's good to practice. And in the same time, it's very therapeutic. Now, why there is here a little bit more gap? Because we have the design for internet, which exactly today was not so good in my case. And the fourth line is going to be connects and cursive writing, yeah? So the same, I'm gonna pay attention to the middle line, that is the second N from connect. Yeah. So I'm gonna start with the N. So I'm gonna carry on with this N, N-E-C-T-S, and then I'm gonna do the front ones. Yeah. So just remember, inclined lines. Yeah, so start N with inclined line. Yeah, so then just write N as a normal letter. Join it try to join very nicely with E. Yeah. C. Yeah. So continuously I'm trying to pay attention for my writing to be inclined, yeah, towards the right. Once again, all the apology for the recording that is on the opposite way. Okay, so now I'm gonna work on the T. What is interesting about it? So I'm gonna just, yeah. So the top line that makes the T is going to be long and curvy, yeah. So I'm gonna start from the top of E, and I'm gonna go curvy, for curvy line, yeah, long line. So calligraphy is based a lot on swirly line, curvy line, you know, different design around the letter. So it's actually an art of writing. And S, the same, if you remember, from is, yeah, to swirly line, top and bottom. Yeah, so top swirly line and going down, yeah, and then, yeah, I end with a line going outside, yeah. Yeah. So because our writing has to be in the middle, it's very important, you know, in calligraphy to have a centered type of writing, not on a side or at the end. So it has to be in the middle. This is why I'm working starting with the middle line. So now I'm gonna carry on like backwards. So we have the second end, that is the first in writing. Yeah. Okay. O. And C. Yeah. Yeah. And the last word automatically. The middle line is going to be in between M and A. So I'm going to start working from A, and then I'll carry on backwards with the rest of the letters. Yeah. The writing is going to be with capital letters, slightly smaller than these two because there are more letters. So what I'm going to do to make sure that all the letters will fit on my page, I'm gonna write very lightly. So just very lightly, I'm gonna write the letters. Let's see if they fit in there. So starting from A, T, I, C, A, double L, and Y. Perfect. So mine fit perfect in there. So now I can press the pencil to have a more precise writing. So just a normal capital letters. As I mentioned, the calligraphy you learn, sessions after sessions. It'll be difficult to learn in one workshop, but it's good to have an idea, so hopefully you'll finish into a nice, complete artwork. On the other side of the middle line, we're gonna have from M, going backwards. So I'm gonna the same very lightly. I'm gonna sketch first the letters to see if they fit on our page. Yeah, they fit perfectly. So I'm gonna press now the pencil to define more the letters. We will have posted on YouTube all the recordings. So probably because I'm working too fast, it might be difficult for everyone to catch up. So you can watch on the YouTube as well. Okay. I'm gonna start just to apply the main shades on our paper, and then I'm gonna work with my calligraphy pen, and I'm gonna show you how to work with a brush or with a normal pen. Yeah. So first of all, I'm gonna just do the sky, just plain blue ink. I personally love working with inks more than watercolor. If it is any reason, literally, I don't know. I just love that they have strong shades. They're fluid, so you don't spend much time, mixing them. So just literally just taking the blue out of the bottle and start painting. It is really, really nice to explore the inks. Sometimes I use my own inks. I mix different powders to make ink. Sometimes if you boil some vegetables, you make a nice ink. Red onion or red cabbage. What other plants? Spinach makes the same. Turmeric makes a nice yellow ink. So yeah. You can use those the inks made out of plants to dye the clothes. So yeah, I just really love it. So I think if I would have used watercolor, I would have spent ages mixing the color with the water. While with inks, just straight away you do your work. So my target is from this session, you guys to have a nice artwork. So not just the calligraphy, but an entire artwork. Brilliant. That quick, I finished the sky. Once again, I'm really sorry for going so fast. It's because I was also late, and I want to show you as much as possible. I'm going to use now a green ink for the trees. I have a very light ink. The flower from the pot. Yeah. For anyone who wants to develop more illustration, so calligraphy merge a lot with illustration. So when you do a nice illustration, you quickly do a nice writing, a text around it. So yeah. Okay, I'm going to use now a brown ink for the pot. So where I've done the green for the trees, if you notice my brown blended into the green, and I left it like this because I liked this mix. Yeah, it's like it's doing itself some branches into my painting. I'm just going to use my grandfather used to be a carpenter, and he showed me that to paint wood, there are specific dyes for wood. So he gave me many powder for wood dye. So I still have those. So I make my own ink out of those powders. This is the one. So this is actually to paint the wood, but I'm using this ink. And has many shades, different types of browns. So I'm working on my chimney. Yeah, the windows on the house. Of the dark brown, I'm going to make the sign for the Wi-Fi. So all these lines, the horizontal lines that you used to write straight, even the middle line, we're going to rub out at the end. So when your work will be completely dry, probably it will take 1 hour for the inks to dry, then you can rub out all the extra lines. Until then, don't rub it because you might lose some of the drawing that you need. Forgot some blue for the windows. And now I'll take a black and I'll make a quick outline for the house. And then I'll focus on writing. For the outline, I'm going to use a thin brush, long round brush number 1. Yeah, I'm using Indian ink for this outline, and the same ink, I'm going to use it for my writing. So see, I'm not focusing on having straight lines. I don't think you've seen, guys, any illustration done with perfect lines. So all have this touch of idea, the idea of freedom, free line. Yeah, so very quickly, I'm doing the outline of the house. I'm gonna leave the roof for you guys to finish it after the workshop. Just want to do the main outlines of the house. And I'm doing at the bottom as well. I'm gonna keep this brush, so it's a thin brush, long brush, and round. I'm gonna keep it on actually in the water. And I'm going to show you the calligraphy pen that I have. So it's a flat tip. Yeah. Okay. Always practice before you start. Try to see on a separate paper. Yeah. How is it writing? If the ink flows. Yeah, you can see my ink flows. Okay, just a few tips about using a calligraphy pen. So first of all, the grip of the pen has to be close to the nib and not far away. Yeah, you need to control the pen, yeah, properly. The direction of the tip, it has to be pointed towards the top of your paper. Now, if your writing is a little bit inclined, how is ours? Just a little bit the direction of your lines. Yeah, so this is one of the thing. Another thing, so we're gonna start with the flat side holding on the paper. Don't change the direction. Don't move around the pencil because we need to have these thick and thin lines. So don't change it around. Just start like this on the paper and don't roll it around. Yeah. So I'm gonna start with the eye. So I'm gonna start with the cursive writing. So I'm just showing you. Yeah. So the eye is quite thick. I am moving the pen on the paper, but I'm not changing the direction. So now towards the S is thin. Yeah, half of the S is thick and then going into thin line. Yeah. So we need to have this game of thick and thin lines. W starts with a thick line. Yeah. Once I move towards the left is a thin line, then thick, again thin. Yeah. So on your work, if you are using this pen, you should have this thick and thin lines. Yeah. This is why I mentioned that it is a practice. The shortcut is to have this drawing done in advance. And you see how easy I'm flowing the pen on the paper, yeah? Because I'm confident of my drawing. Okay, I'm gonna move now towards, I'll show you how to use the brush. Always clean the brush with a tissue. We need to remove the excess of water when you change the color or when you start something new. So you have a nice design on these letters. So you see at the bottom of the H, the lines are split. Yeah, so we're going to do the same. Starting from the main shape that we've done. Yeah. I'm gonna split first. I'm gonna do the split. Yeah. And then on top of the pencil, yeah, I'm gonna carry on with a thick line. Yeah, making sure that you have the split at the bottom. If you want a little bit thicker, just add a little bit extra ink. Yeah, another line of ink. On the other side as well. I personally prefer the brush because you can control it more than the pen. It's not that stiff. Yeah. So with the brush, in order to make thin lines, use just the tip of the brush. If you want thicker lines, you try to apply more pressure and you'll get thick lines. The O, the vertical sides, there are thicker. Yeah, so I'm going to apply a little bit more pressure. I'm going to lift up the brush at the bottom so I can have a thin lines. And then again, I'll apply pressure. Yeah. Yeah. I want even more thicker to match the H. I'm just going to make another round of lines. Yeah. More bigger the writing, much easier. With more smaller it is, you need to use the calligraphy pen indeed. The same, the M, so it has a split at the bottom. Yeah, so I apply pressure on the brush so I can get the thick lines. It's very quick as well. Yeah. Make sure you have the split at the bottom and match the thickness with the rest of the letters. Yeah. So I want a little bit more thickness, yeah, to these letters. The same with the E, like pressure on the brush so I can have a thick lines, and then I'm gonna end with two split. Yeah. So as I mentioned, after you finish completely the project, after it's completely dry, you can rub out all the extra lines. You can do outline on the trees as well with the black. Now, if you don't have a calligraphy pen, so you just the okay, so and you need to do this cursive writing. So focus the where is more thick, try to have a double line and then a small line for the thin lines. Yeah, so try to follow this pattern of thick and thin. So start with thick lines, then go one or just with one thin. Yeah, and the same. I'm gonna make it more thick. Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna end the end with a thick line. And with your brush, yeah, you just fill in, work on top of your pencil. Yeah. Remember with the brush, apply a light pressure for the thin lines and more pressure for the thick lines. Calligraphy pen probably is more faster because in pencil you need to sketch first and then go over with the brush. So it's like it's a little bit more time consuming. Yeah. If you notice as well, this ink, the Indian ink, is more darker than this ink. This is fountain pen ink, and this is Indian ink. So most of the artists for drawing and sketching they use this Indian ink, and for writing is fountain pen ink. Yeah. So the same sketch first. Sorry, I didn't sketch. I just carrying on doing with brush without sketching. Yeah. If you have a large, a quite large size writing, you can use two pencils, tape the pencils, and for example, just try my best. Yeah, you can make, yeah, you see, straight away, yeah, double line. Yeah, so you have straight away the thick, the thin, the thick. Yeah, let me do an A. Yeah. So you see how nice? So all you have to do is just to paint inside. Yeah. So use a tape the brushes. Yeah, and you can start writing. So just finish off this word. I'm just going to do it directly with the brush. Yeah. Once you master the calligraphy writing, you can explore and add your personal touch, to each letter. For example, for the T, yeah, gonna do like this, another swirly line, yeah, go like that. For the C, the same, I can add even more, yeah, different designs, can play around with different, yeah, can add even more. So it's literally endless. I can explore in so many ways. Yeah, so I can add even more. Same. from the T. Yeah. But obviously, you practice more, you see different types of writing. The capital letters have more designs in them. And once you have this kind of, you learn how to decorate the letters, when you'll have to write something to just come, everything will flow by itself. So it's nice to just to get your own, find out how different type of designs you can apply for the letters. You can practice, Yes, you can do different designs and then try to apply this to your letters. So I'm gonna have this, for example, around my C. Yeah. So it is literally endless. As you remember, in here, so if you see the A, how many round lines until reach to the actual letter. B as well, so many, so once you practice 2-3 times, then it's coming, you learn how to do them very easily. Many types, many fonts, different patterns, different designs in there. So nice, like a shape of sky in here, clouds, flowers in the letters. It's a very nice art, mostly for artists who are doing graffiti. This is a good practice of learning. Mostly everyone who is doing the mural art, decorating walls, when you do a text, you need to have your specific calligraphy type of writing. So imagine I can see a graffiti with this Japanese style letters. So many things can be explored, many things. The same on nice curvy lines. If you see here, A, B, how nice, very lovely wavy lines. So yes, literally endless. The state of my book is not so good. So many people use this on my students, and yeah. So it is nice art to explore. It brings you a lot of knowledge. There's a lot of history behind it. People spent ages to decorate letters. Brilliant. So yes, guys, you can finish this, for the rest of the day, add extra details around your paper, on the roof. Yeah, so just give you a hint of how to start. Hopefully you enjoyed. You can explore more the different types of writing, and yeah, use ink or just pencil, however you feel is more comfortable. Get a easy, nice set of calligraphy pens. I use as well other tools, bamboo pens. Yeah, I'm using bamboo pens. The same, it brings a nice thickness to the letter. I have fountain pens. Yeah, fountain pens, the same with a thick nib. So yeah, it's endless. Even my normal writing, whenever I write anything, I'm using a fountain pen. I'm not using the biro pen because it develops your handwriting. Brilliant. I hope everyone enjoyed. If you'll finish this project, please send us your artworks. We will have a live interview on Sunday, and I'm going to show to everyone on social media all the artworks that have been produced during all these sessions. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you. We have 2 more sessions of painting projects. The next one is going to be how to draw realistically bubble along with a portrait. And the last one is going to be abstract landscape. So get ready your acrylics, canvases, and yes, I'll see you guys for the next sessions. Thank you so much for joining us, and so sorry for the problems from the beginning of the sessions. And yes, I'll see you guys for the next ones. Brilliant. Thank you so much. Thank you.